Hi, I'm Mr. Nance. Sentences can be both brilliantly complex and astoundingly simple. Today we're going to talk about what makes up a sentence, how they work, and the way they relate to family.
I love grammar and you love grammar and we love grammar, so let's have fun.
When I talk about sentences, I like to talk about sentences as if they are households, because households are made up of people. And these people are what I call the clauses. Now, a clause is simply a subject part and a predicate part put together. All clauses have a subject and a predicate. A subject is really just the one who's driving the action of the sentence. If we were to talk about a car, the subject would be the little man driving the car, and the predicate would be the part that does the action, the motion forward, or the car. Another way to put it would be to talk about it in terms of brains and muscle. The subject is the brain. It has the idea. It's directing the action. But the muscle is what actually does the action. So a subject is very important because without a subject, action can't exist without something driving it forward. On the other hand, if you have a subject but you have no action, then, well, nothing really happens. Now, the reason why I like to think of sentences as households is that there are two types of clauses. There are the clauses that are independent, that can take care of themselves and provide an income for their families. And then there are clauses that are dependent. They're the little ones who are unable to provide for the family, can't control the situation, and without someone to provide for them, they would languish and die. Just as there can be many different kinds of households, all on the same street, there can be many different kinds of sentences. Let's look at a few ways. There could be the single individual who's living on his own, supporting himself with his own financial means. There could also be two roommates, pooling their resources. Even though both is independent and both could take care of him or herself, they have decided to pool their resources and share an apartment. Or let's say that we have two very intimate clauses who decide to live together because they love each other. Also, we could have one who is able to support a smaller one, unable to support him or herself. Let's look at how these would work. The first independent clause might be something like, I eat soup. It can stand alone. It's single. The second, the two roommates living together. I eat soup and I watch a movie. Both of those are independent clauses and could be allowed to live alone, but we have that nice connection between the two of them in the comma and coordinating conjunction. The comma coordinating conjunction shows that they're living together, but that they're both also independent. Then we get to the more intimate clauses. They live together and they love each other. I eat soup, my soup-loving heart leaps for joy. Notice the only thing between these two is a semicolon. A semicolon shows intimacy between two clauses. Remember, when two clauses really love each other, they say, I semicolon you. That might make a nice Valentine for next Valentine's Day. The household with the one independent clause supporting the dependent clause would look something like this. I eat soup because soup is my favorite. I eat soup could stand alone, the independent clause. But because soup is my favorite could not stand alone. It's subordinate to the other clause. It's dependent upon the other clause. All because of the word because. Because subordinates the clause. Another option, we could have two independents living together taking care of one dependent. I eat soup and I watch a movie because it is Friday. And then there are an infinite number of other variables, an infinite number of other options that could be explored here. We've explored a variety of happy home lives, full of happy clauses working together in various different ways to form lovely sentences. But what happens when things go wrong? What would happen if an intruder inserted himself into our happy household? That's when we get the run-on. Run-on sentences are like home invasions. An extra clause just jumps inside your happy little household and tears up your home. Let's look at some examples. I eat soup, I watch a movie. These two clauses are in no way connected. One is just sitting on top of the other. It's like someone breaking into your home and standing on your head. Or how about the much more common, I eat soup, comma, I watch a movie. Notice how one clause has snuck up close to the other clause with a comma. It's disturbing. It's an invasion of personal space. It's very creepy. Perhaps even more frightening, or at least as frightening, are fragments. They are pieces of sentences left alone. A dependent clause all alone, or a non-clause all alone. Let's see what that looks like. The first problem, a dependent clause left all alone, without an independent clause to hold it up, is like leaving a dependent child all alone in a house. A terrible idea. The second, a non-clause, is not even a full clause. It's not even a full person. It's like a severed piece of a person left alone in a house. Ah! Clearly, structuring your sentences appropriately is a way to save the lives of clauses. Be careful out there.